imagining a world without violence, without coercion, a world guided purely by love and understanding. Sounds utopian? Right. Well, Leo Tolstoy dedicated a significant portion of his life exploring the possibility of just such a world and the pathway to achieving it in his profound work, The Kingdom of God is Within You. Hello and welcome to Ace Book Talk, where we delve into timeless literature and uncover the wisdom within. Today, we re-embarking on a journey into the heart of Tolstoy's philosophy, a philosophy that challenged societal norms and continues to resonate with those seeking a more peaceful and authentic existence. Leo Tolstoy, the literary titan behind War and Peace and Anna Karenina, was just a novelist. He was a profound thinker, a social critic, and a spiritual seeker. Born into Russian aristocracy in 1828, Tolstoy initially lived a life of privilege and societal expectation. However, a deep existential crisis led him to question the very foundations of his life and the world around him. He grappled with the meaning of life, the prevalence of suffering, and the contradictions inherent in societal structures, particularly the relationship between the teachings of Christ and the actions of established institutions, including the Church and the State. This inner turmoil propelled him on a spiritual quest, leading him to a radical reinterpretation of Christian doctrine, emphasizing love, non-resistance to evil, and the rejection of violence. The Kingdom of God is Within You, published in 1894, is the culmination of this intellectual and spiritual journey. The core argument of The Kingdom of God is Within You revolves around Tolstoy's interpretation of the teachings of Jesus Christ. He believed that the essence of Christ's message was a call for radical nonviolence and love, a rejection of any form of coercion or oppression. He argued that true Christianity necessitates a complete renunciation of violence, not just in personal interactions but also in the structures of government and organized religion. Tolstoy meticulously dissects the justifications for violence offered by the state and the church, arguing that they are fundamentally incompatible with the teachings of Christ. He challenges the notion that violence can ever be a legitimate means of achieving peace or justice. He points out the hypocrisy of Christians participating in war or supporting systems that rely on force and oppression. He explores the concept of non-resistance to evil, a principle he derives from the Sermon on the Mount. This principle, often misunderstood, doesn't advocate for passive acceptance of injustice. Instead, Tolstoy argues that true resistance to evil lies in refusing to participate in it, in meeting violence with love, and in appealing to the conscience of the oppressor. He suggests that violence only begets more violence, while love has the power to transform even the most hardened hearts. The book critiques not only warfare, but also the legal and penal systems, which rely on coercion and punishment. Tolstoy argues that these systems are inherently unjust and that true justice can only be achieved through love, forgiveness, and understanding. He envisions a society based on mutual aid, cooperation, and voluntary association, where individuals are free to live according to their conscience, without being subjected to the dictates of the state or the church. Tolstoy examines the historical development of Christianity, arguing that the Church has distorted the original message of Jesus by aligning itself with worldly power and compromising its principles. He calls for a return to the simple, unadulterated teachings of Christ, emphasizing personal responsibility and individual transformation. He believes that the kingdom of God is not a future, utopian state, but a present reality that can be realized within each individual by living according to the principles of love and nonviolence. The impact of the kingdom of God is within you was profound. It influenced prominent figures like Mahatma Gandhi, who drew inspiration from Tolstoy's ideas of nonviolent resistance in his struggle for Indian independence. The book resonated with pacifists, anarchists, and social reformers around the world, inspiring them to challenge oppressive systems and advocate for a more just and peaceful society. Even today, Tolstoy's arguments continue to spark debate and inspire individuals to question the legitimacy of violence and to seek alternative solutions to conflict. So, what are the key takeaways from Tolstoy's The Kingdom of God is Within You? First, it challenges us to examine our own complicity in systems of violence and oppression. We must ask ourselves whether our actions, even if seemingly insignificant, contribute to a culture of violence or promote peace. Second, it invites us to consider the power of love and nonviolence as transformative forces. Tolstoy believed that by embracing these principles, we can not only change ourselves, but also change the world around us. Third, it encourages us to question authority and to think critically about the institutions that shape our lives. We should not blindly accept the status quo, but should instead strive to create a more just and equitable society. Finally, it reminds us that the kingdom of God, the ideal of peace and love, is not some distant utopia, but a potential reality that can be realized within each of us. The change must start from within. The kingdom of God is within you is not an easy read. It challenges deeply held beliefs and requires a willingness to question established norms. However, it is a book that can transform your perspective and inspire you to live a more meaningful and compassionate life. It calls for a radical shift in consciousness, a move away from violence and coercion toward love and understanding. If you found this exploration of Tolstoy's The Kingdom of God is Within You insightful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Ace Book Talk for more book recommendations and thought-provoking discussions. We'd love to hear your thoughts on Tolstoy's philosophy in the comments below. Until next time, keep reading, keep questioning, and keep striving for a more peaceful world.